Hello fellow cinephiles, my name is Christina and welcome to another Let's Get Reels movie review. Today I shall be reviewing the newest Marvel movie, Deadpool, starring Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool kind of jumps around a lot with the story, but basically it is about a guy named Wade Wilson who was ex-military, got dishonorably discharged, and now he just goes around. He's kind of like an intimidator, I guess. That's what he does at the beginning of the movie. And he falls in love with this girl named Vanessa, and unfortunately he finds out that he has cancer, and then he is approached by somebody who says, we can get rid of your cancer and also make you really super cool and possibly even have superpowers. So he goes, and the guy who runs it, he's called Ajax, his real name is Francis, and Wade, it just constantly makes fun of his name and just drives Ajax out of his mind. So in turn, because Wade was driving Ajax crazy over calling him Francis, he sticks Wade into some kind of container that sucks out all the air, and because of that, it like misshapens and does weird stuff to Wade's skin, so he doesn't look like himself anymore. Wade manages to get out of that container and blows up the place that Francis was actually doing experiments on people with a serum to make them into these like mutant kind of people, like the X-Men. I think Deadpool is part of the X-Men, so something like that. And then, you know, he survives, he's cool, he's got a lot of healing powers and all this stuff. So he wants to get back with Vanessa, but he's very hideous, and he thinks that Francis has the solution and the cure to whatever is going on. And so Wade becomes Deadpool with all these awesome guns and fighting and everything like that. And, you know, in the end, like all superhero movies and Marvel movies, Deadpool winds up getting the girl in the end, even though he is absolutely hideous, and he winds up doing the most hilarious things to Francis and to also get to Francis. I have never really heard of Deadpool before. I mean, I've seen it around, I've seen some of the comics. Somebody that I used to work with when I worked at a library was completely obsessed with Deadpool. I know when she found out that they were making a movie and then it had Ryan Reynolds in it, she was on cloud nine for days and days. And I kind of got excited to see it too, especially because I realized, I'm like, oh, Deadpool's Marvel, and I love Marvel. Like, if you couldn't tell, I have Captain America and Agent Carter right behind me. So this was something different. And then, of course, I saw that it was rated R. I'm like, oh, we're definitely going to see this. I have to see how much different Deadpool is. Like, I heard from my friend that Deadpool is outrageously snarky, really, really funny, very sarcastic, and, like, devil may care. He just doesn't give a shit. So I'm like, of course I have to go see this movie. This is gonna be awesome if it's a totally different take on the Marvel Universe and take on a superhero, if you would say. But Deadpool's more of an anti-hero. Like, he's kind of a dick, but you're rooting for him because he's just so funny, he's so sarcastic, and he's like really just doesn't care, and he's very, like, I guess sadistic in a way. Maybe not so. I'm not too sure how I would explain him with hurting people. He really hurts himself more because one of his superpowers is that he can heal himself. And there's one part in this that was like, oh, but it was like totally hysterical. I'm not going to give that away. Right from the beginning, Deadpool is absolutely hilarious and completely different. Instead of the credits saying, you know, the typical starring Ryan Reynolds and directed by this person and produced by these people, and, you know, this actress is starring in it, and it says, like, starring the sexiest man alive, I think, and then they have the love interest and some computer-generated character, and, like, you know, for the director, it was like somebody who gets paid way too much money, something like that, and it was so hysterical. Like, oh, and I think for the producers it said like ass hats or something. Like, right off the bat, it just got going, and I couldn't have been happier. It was just so great. It was so different, and you know, even the way the story was told, you know, it was just told in such a different way. He breaks the fourth wall, and I think in one part he even breaks the fourth wall in a fourth wall. and they make light of that and everything, and they kind of make fun of the X-Men and Green Lantern as well. There's a lot of like comic book stereotypes that the movie pokes fun of, and it couldn't be better, honestly. I don't even know what else I could say about Deadpool, because it was just great. It was just such a great experience seeing this in the movie, and it's great because it is so different, and it's not like your typical sappy Marvel movie where everybody's brooding, somebody's like so upset. My brother brought up a good point too about Deadpool, that he was getting tired. You know, it was just the Marvel series of movies was just getting so worn out, and just the same thing kind of over and over again. And then he said he saw Deadpool and his faith was restored in Marvel. Like, he said it was one of the best movies he's seen so far this year, and my brother's a film major. He goes to see a lot of movies every year, so take his word for it, you know, that Deadpool is a much different and much more exciting and actually like invigorating Marvel movie, because it makes you excited to see what maybe Marvel can do with Deadpool, or can do with maybe some of their characters, you know. So I really enjoyed Deadpool, if you couldn't tell, and I'm really hoping that you guys all go see it and you all absolutely love it. Even if you don't really particularly care for like superhero movies, as I said, Deadpool is an anti-hero. He's just not your typical superhero, and that just makes the movie 10 times better. So if you liked my review of Deadpool in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. If you have seen Deadpool, let's talk about it. I want to talk about this movie. I want to know what you guys liked about it. I want to know if you thought Ryan Reynolds was funny. Whatever you want to discuss, let's discuss it in the comments together below. And also, if you like this review and you would like to see more, hit that subscribe button, because I love to review movies, and that is what I do here. I review movies of all kinds. And also, if you have your suggestions for any movies that I should see, leave them in the comments below. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.